What's going on, everybody? Welcome back to the Burchalations podcast, episode. What episode we on, man?
23 or 24.
All right, I think it's 23 though. You know what I'm saying? And today we got a very special podcast for y'all. We got 3 lays out here. This is the most lays that we've had, right?
Yes.
Most pod- Oh crap! I forgot you ain't got.
Yes, this is
Reese
the most.
lady.
Huh?
Who said that?
What?
Hope, we're about to go outside.
Keep going.
Oh hell. What?
You sound like a mom.
But you know,
Mom
Go
of the
outside and
group.
you're gonna get a spanking.
if you guys would like to introduce yourselves real quickly, that would be nice.
We'll get
I'm
right
Hope.
into it.
I'm Hope.
I'm Sage.
And I'm Marie.
Where y'all from?
Well, I'm from Kentucky, Elizabethtown. Yeah, Boo, Kentucky. I'm
Kentucky
moving
sounds
here, though.
boring.
Yeah, it is. Don't go. That's why I'm here all the time. And that's why I'm moving here.
Oh hell. Okay.
I'm from Nash.
And I'm
No.
from Spring Hill, but we're all moving to Lebanon.
This.
Like she said, like it was a.
I'm not giving you brownie points for
she
moving
said
to
it like
Lebanon. Okay.
Moving on your own, you know, moving on your own is a good thing.
Yeah. Obviously, but that's a really good thing. But you know what? I guess we'll start with the main topic today. Why do you believe most lays are single?
Shit. I don't know why I am.
And this is just to get like a feel of like y'all's like how y'all think about certain things, and then this is like really gets into it all. So
Okay.
we just want to know on a general scale why
Go
y'all
ahead,
think
Reed.
women are single. Why y'all think y'all are single? Are y'all single?
Yeah,
Well,
I'm talking to someone.
I'm talking to someone too.
I'm single.
Oh,
But she's as single as they come. So, like,
all right.
Oh, okay.
By
So
choice.
okay.
By choice, though.
yeah.
Oh man. Okay. She said.
That's a very complicated.
So she said that
story.
term, single by choice. Oh man.
So you think like tomorrow you can be in a relationship?
No. No, I have to be talking to a guy for a while before I'm like, yeah, you're boyfriend material.
Okay. The single by choice does that kind of mean translation? The man I want doesn't want me.
No, it means I went through a very messy breakup back in like February, March.
Okay.
And so now I'm like, I know exactly what I'm not looking for now.
All right. Define messy.
Toxic.
That can mean so many different things.
Mentally abusive.
Oh, yikes.
Yeah, very not good.
I'm not laughing. I swear to God. I swear. I'm choking on water.
yeah, right.
No, it was very good for me in the long run because I learned a lot of what I'm not going to put up with anymore, what I don't want, and what I deserve now. So that's fine. But because of that, I'm also like very, you know what I mean? Picky, yes. And I kind of just want to enjoy my 20s. I didn't get to do that before. I was kind of in a very serious relationship, like at 20 years old, and I kind of just want to enjoy my life.
Yeah, that's good.
I don't want to.
You want to find yourself.
Yeah.
All
I don't know.
right.
I found line dancing after that. Like if that breakup hadn't happened, I would not have found line dancing. I would not have discovered my passion in life. I wouldn't be as happy as I am now. And I actually, when he drunk
You're
texted
missing
me,
something.
what?
Meeting us.
Yeah. Oh yeah. No. Seriously, I've made so many friends, so
was
many people who
waiting.
have changed my life. And so when he drunk texted me one night, I was like, I just want to thank you for what you did because I've never been happier. And he got really mad at that, but.
Okay.
Okay. Interesting. All right. Well. Okay. Well. I would like to speak why I believe that so many women nowadays are single. I think it's because me personally. Hold on. Well, actually, you know what? All right. I think it's because me personally. I believe that there's not really many fathers in the home anymore, and we don't really have as much arranged marriages because a father he can determine if a man is good for you or not, if he's good enough for you. Because I'm gonna be honest, a lot of women they don't really have great mate selection anymore, and to be honest, and their reality proves it.
Yeah, I ain't gonna lie. Y'all don't be picking the right guys.
No,
y'all
yeah.
be
A lot of girls don't, yeah. I'll 100%
Not
say
Hope,
they
though.
don't.
She's
you know
like,
what I'm saying? Most girls nowadays, they're like real, not only they don't pick the right guys, but they're very like unrealistic with who they want. Like they I want to do this thing. It was called a delusional calculator. Yeah. I finally found it, and we could do it like next time or whatnot. Yeah. But what girls like be like very unrealistic. They want a guy that's like 7 foot tall, can dunk a basketball, that's going to the league, willing to shoot somebody, but also likes to but also likes to sleep in a hammock in the nature with his wife and take long walks on the beach. And it's like, bro, you can't get all this.
And I
like
thought
they're
I
like,
was picky.
Well,
That's
they think
crazy.
of
that was-
they think of materialistic things nowadays, not based
I
off
don't know.
of like
Because
Yeah.
I
actions.
definitely have standards.
Yeah,
I think
and-
every girl
You can have
definitely-
standards, but when it becomes too much of it being materialistic, now it's just like, I don't know. It makes it hard. You can't go off of what they have all the time because
no.
that doesn't define their hearts.
yeah, and also it's kind of like it's like more transactional than ever. I mean, it's more of like, what can you do for me instead of what can I do for you nowadays. I don't know if y'all noticed that, but it's kind of like everyone's trying to take instead of like really give.
And another reason why I believe that so many women are single, I believe it's because they have the mentality of what do I want in this man instead of what does this man want in me? Because in my opinion, well, for me personally, me, whenever I first started talking to my girlfriend, we started talking. Me and her. One of our first conversations was, what do we need from each other? Okay, because I want to figure out what does she want in me, and she wanted to figure out what I want in her.
Insane.
What's up?
Oh,
I guess something.
well, I was just gonna say, I think a lot of times, like, people don't want to go out and do stuff anymore.
Okay.
It's normally just like texting, and that's like really stupid.
Yeah, but you can't really get a vibe whenever you text.
That's what I'm saying. So
Yeah,
you need
but-
to go out and like go on dates.
Yeah, but how many men out here nowadays are really getting a date?
They
That's
don't
what I'm
want to take girls on a date.
That's-
They don't
yeah.
want to spend their money. They
Yeah.
don't want to do nothing.
I feel like most
No.
of them, when they hit you up,
No.
it's at late at night.
We can
No, we
refer.
usually-
We can
no, we
refer
usually
back
don't
to
mind.
you doing that podcast with the Boogie Boys. We love them, but Jordan sat there and said, "Why should we spend money on a girl for a date?"
I mean, okay. Yeah.
No, like we're not asking to take us
We're
to the
not-
most
yeah.
expensive
No, yeah.
restaurant.
Right.
Just spend time with us.
Yeah, but okay.
Effort is the number one thing a woman looks for.
Let's say on a date, how much money does a guy?
It doesn't.
Oh, no,
you can literally take
you
me
could-
through fast food and we go have a picnic. I
Okay.
do not
You want to
care.
go through the car wash? I literally
But
don't care.
show that you want me.
Okay.
Interest.
The answers that you guys are giving, those are great answers, but only a small percentage of ladies they talk like that. All right, because when they're really not interested in the person, they're going to try to get the most that they can get from that man and leave.
What? No, that's not every girl.
No, it's most. I'm not saying.
Right,
I'm not saying
right,
it's
no,
every.
right.
All right,
Okay.
but you can't make an argument for a exception to the rule because it's statistically insignificant.
I have met women who are like, "Oh, well, I'm not really into him, but I'm going to get a free meal out of it."
Yeah, there'll be some girls who have dudes listed as lunch as their damn contact.
But you guys also have to remember we're in a bar setting.
No. I'm not
So-
talking about bar.
But yeah,
I'm talking
but
about just
in
overall.
But that's where everyone gets their mentality of girls and boys at because we're surrounded by all these people in a bar who hoe around and do all this stuff. So automatically, all our bad thinking comes from the bar because if you were to go outside of the bar, it'd be so different. There's so much different things and people out there to see.
You know, I'm glad that you mentioned that whole around part. I'm really happy that you mentioned that because I wanted to ask you three ladies, how many men out here do you really think are hoeing around?
Probably
I
the
guess
whole
we're-
fucking bar.
Yeah.
Like just like in percent. Like how many men out here do you really think?
Like out of cahoots. So to
No.
speak.
I'm just talking about like in general. Like
In general,
yeah, how many men out here do you really think are actually hoeing around out here?
At least 70%.
yeah, 70%, maybe 50.
I'm just basing it off of how many guys I have hit me up, and that's what they want.
Okay. Okay. All right. Well,
Allow us to drag you back down to
You guys
reality
can be
here.
the exception. You guys could be that other.
okay.
30%.
We're not. Okay. Well. Let me tell you the truth real quick. Most guys, they're not getting laid out here. Most guys, they don't have the capability to be hoes. Okay, and you don't really see that because you only notice the guys who can be hoes. The guys who can attract women. Because let's keep it real. Most men, they're invisible to most women sexually. Honestly. All right. There's not really women in the world who are invisible. All right. Because let me tell you something. You could be a 3 fat with a flat ass, and guess what? You're still gonna get attention from men. Okay. All right. 90% of those dudes who you be seeing at bars, no girl will fucking talk to them. Okay. All right. If they do try to talk to them, they'll get ignored or they'll get told to fuck off. Honestly.
First off, put your foot down. That's number one. Man, your big ass feet, man. Second, I know,
I know,
shit.
it was just sitting right
It's
there.
like right
just
there.
What's crazy is I was going, you interrupted me.
It's crazy. It's all right.
Oh,
You still
that's
going?
crazy.
All right, and I'm not saying this to like sound hurt or being mean. Okay, I'm just being honest. Okay, I know how the game is played. Okay, all right. I understand the game so that I can't hate women. Okay, I can't hate women for wanting the best guy because let's keep it real. Most women they're going after the same men. So, all right, and these are the same men who women talk shit about. But guess what? They say one thing and they do another all the fucking time. They contradict themselves every day.
Because we still want to have the hope that we're going to find our significant other. Because I don't know about many other girls, but for me, getting married is one of my biggest dreams. Walking down the aisle in a big white dress is my biggest thing. But that also...
You sound like my girlfriend.
I do hate a lot of men in our generation because they don't, y'all don't think that y'all were put on this earth to provide, and women are here to teach.
That's exactly
and
right.
raise their children. That's what.
I think you confuse teach with nurture because.
But no, you're supposed to stay at home and teach your children.
Well, yeah. Okay. Here's another question for you since you wanted to say that men play too much. Do you think men are not committing because women won't be submissive to a man, or are women not submitting because men don't want to commit?
I think you just confused.
You almost had. So, do you think that are men not providing because women don't want to submit, or are women not submitting because men don't want to provide? You see what I'm saying?
I think it goes both ways though, because
someone started this whole thing first, and the other side kind of just got along with it. And to be honest, I think women started this whole thing with this beautiful thing called feminism. All right?
oh fuck feminism.
There was a time.
There's people that hate me from my last podcast. Y'all ain't gonna like this one because, what the hell is feminism? First of all,
our
Fuck my
last our last guest. Shout out to Sarah, by the way. She mentioned like how can you define feminism if you don't know what a woman is? And then I asked her like, what is a woman? And then she was like as a joke, but like it's gotten to that point now to like where people don't even know what a woman is. And I'm like, that's crazy.
I'm glad you guys mentioned feminism because I have another question for y'all. Who killed chivalry? Men or women? Who killed chivalry?
No, yeah, I saw that episode and I kind of agree with that point. Women are like, oh, I can do it. I can do it for myself. I can do it for myself, blah, blah, blah. No, it's okay for a guy to be chivalrous. And it's nice.
I think there's a point where you need to learn to be independent, but
not
you
so
can
independent that
also
you're
allow
ungrateful.
someone to take care of you and provide for you and your family. You know,
Take care of
That's-
each other. Take care, like both. It's both of your roles.
That is nice. But neither of you guys answered my question. I asked, who killed chivalry? Men or women?
women.
Men.
I would say women.
Women.
Okay. Okay,
Whoa,
can you explain
whoa,
why?
whoa.
Can you explain why men
No,
killed
I actually
chivalry?
don't even know the answer to that.
Okay, well,
I
okay.
think it would be women because women want all these rights and
Well, I do think with time, women had to become more independent, and now they're having to do things like a lot on their own sometimes, or like they have to get a stable job, cannot rely on a guy. I guess. OMG, the way he just went. Give me that.
All right, so no, it's nothing bad, but like I actually agree with you. there was a time where feminism was necessary, to where women couldn't literally do anything. You couldn't even vote. Like what was that? So now,
I think it's necessary to a certain point.
Yeah,
You
and
see-
I think
Like,
Yeah, to a
now-
certain
wait a
point.
minute, hold on. What did you say, John?
There'd be like some moments where I don't even think that women wanted that right to vote. They didn't want that right to vote because it came with getting drafted.
Yeah, and I mean
No,
that's
but I think it was necessary to a certain extent. But now our generation has took it so overboard where
Absolutely.
it's blown out of proportion to me.
It's ass now because I don't even think women, honestly, I don't even know they know what the hell they're fighting for anymore.
They
because
don't.
because they're no longer the oppressed ones. They are now the superior because women now, they have more rights than men now. Because let me tell you something. You can still enjoy the rights of being a woman while you could still enjoy exclusive rights for a woman while still simultaneously having the same rights as a man.
I mean, that's true. Yeah, we can get any job you guys can get.
Yeah. But there is literally female only jobs. Like I've literally seen female only jobs that if you did that for a man, that someone would literally sue that place for discriminating by gender. So, all right, here's another controversial opinion. I believe that sexism, it only benefits women. That's just me. All right, this is just my humble opinion. I believe that sexism, it only benefits women because it created another standard for women. That's why we have a WNBA. This is why we have a women's soccer league. This is why we have all these different. And we have. Did you know that in the UK, a woman can fail the police test and she will literally still get the job?
I didn't know that.
Dang.
I didn't even know
And
that
guess
either.
what? And for any job, you will get hired before a man, and you will get hired before a man because of affirmative action.
That's anywhere. In any male-dominated industry, try it, then you will probably you're more likely to get the job because they want women in that workplace for them to look good. You think it's for these guys really like me for my skills. No, this is the benefit of the business.
Yeah.
They can care less at this point.
Here's a fun question for y'all, and I just want your opinion because I've been thinking about this for a little bit. What's the main reason why women don't approach men when they know that their success rate is a whole lot higher?
I'm scared of rejection, honestly.
That
I'm not scared
and
of
you
rejection.
might be like people might start calling you a hoe because you're going up to guys, or
I don't think that's bad.
that sometimes that happens.
What?
I've seen that happen.
Personally,
that.
I'm just scared of rejection, and I don't like
Usually
the word
you sleep
no.
with a lot of
No, I'm
guys.
not.
And
Usually it takes sleeping with a lot of guys to be called a hoe in my book, but that's just me and most men. I mean, we know that you.
Or maybe it's just that like you're seen as easy if you go up to a guy. Some guys will view you.
Okay.
as easy.
Well,
Well, I
that's fair.
think if you find someone, I don't know if I'm answering your question or not, but if you find someone attractive, I would just go up and try to talk to him because even if it doesn't work out for you, who cares?
Yeah, like what's the worst that a man can say? No. All right. Now, what's the worst a woman can say? It ain't no. All right, it's getting charged with harassment. All right, that's the all
See,
right.
that's just crazy. If they
Yeah.
It's the reality of
That
it.
is
I mean,
true.
it's not about.
you walk up to a girl, next thing you know, like y'all in public, you walk up to the chick, try to talk to her. You know what she's saying next? Help! Somebody help! I was like, what the fuck?
There's some men
That's
that
crazy.
you do have to watch out for.
Well, yeah.
because
Well, obviously, yes.
we
There
were
is
up
some
at
pieces
the
of
we
shit.
were up at the Joe the last 2 weekends, and the weekend before last weekend, some old man groped my ass in front of everyone.
Oh yeah, he did.
So there are people
Yeah.
that women have to.
Yeah.
kind of-
1,000%. That 1,000%. Like if you know for a fact that, hey, he's not good. Then, yeah, obviously, yeah. But but I've literally seen some guys. They literally gotten framed for harassment, and I know for a fact
Yeah,
that they didn't do
because
that.
it goes back to the whole women's rights things because a lot of people would like to believe women more than they believe men, and women are getting away with all these fake rape charges and sexual assault charges that aren't true, but they know they can get away with it because no one's going to listen to the man's side of it.
Believe all women.
Fuck no.
But that's what. But I mean, that's how it's going. I mean,
Question. I got a question. How are we supposed to believe all women when they lie to themselves every day? We literally have a whole we literally have a whole word for it, and women, they literally glorify this word. Do you know what that word is?
What?
Delusion.
I was not thinking
All right,
that.
it's literally a trend. All right, it's literally a trend for women to be delusional. All right, and we literally glorify this behavior. But guess what? All right, but here's another opinion that I have. All right, I believe. All right, this is just me personally. I believe that women, you guys have the privilege of being stupid and still attracting a mate.
Absolutely.
All right,
yeah.
because why? Because one thing.
Me and Hope all the time.
Because let me tell you something. Because let me tell you something. No, all right. Nobody is going to tell you to your face that hey, you're acting stupid. Because guess what?
Because we're pretty.
Well, most that okay. Well,
And
most,
we're a female.
All right, yeah. And most guys, they're not going to tell you that they're. And no guy. Well, most guys, they're not going to tell you that they're stupid. All right, because most of them they're just going to try to fuck. Okay. All right, that's me, being your friend and telling the truth. Okay.
Oh yeah, no,
Most
that's
guys,
true.
all right,
I found that one out the
all
hard
right, all right,
way.
and that's one thing that I want. And that's one thing that I want you guys to learn. All right, watch.
Oh,
all right,
we've learned.
okay, all right.
I've never had
Tonight I want you to test this. Okay, I want you to do some stupid shit or say some stupid shit around the guy that you may
Like,
desire a little bit, and I want you to see what his response is.
he's going to laugh.
All right, if he
I
doesn't,
could say the stupidest
All right.
thing, and it could not even be funny, and he'll be like, "Oh my god, dude, that shit was."
wait, here's what
Going fuck.
Well, here's what I mean by that. Well, here's what I mean. Because most of the time, the men who let you do stupid shit are men who just want to fuck you and leave you. That's what I mean. All right, all
I mean,
right.
they're
But
just
if
trying
it,
to get
But
your
what
opinion.
if
we're
that?
actually
No, hold on.
what?
Yeah, that.
funny and
But-
stupid are two way different things.
But it would be stupid on the girl's part just to let that happen.
Yeah, but girls are pretty stupid nowadays. Like
You
I said,
can't-
they have the privilege of being stupid and still attracting a mate.
That's what I'm saying. Like, you can't, like, okay.
All right, look. Here's what I mean. Okay, all right. No one's going to tell women that they're stupid, okay, because they don't want to hurt their feelings, okay. All right, now let me tell you something. No, all right. Okay, so people, they might be quiet and they might not tell us that we're stupid, but let me tell you something. Reality is going to tell us if we're being stupid or not. Okay, because let me tell you something. All right, if shit don't start working out for me, if my girlfriend leaves me, if I can't attract no women, if I go broke, guess what? Reality is going to tell me, hey, I'm stupid or I'm a loser. So, and so me as a man, I believe that we have to be competent. All right, we're supposed to be. Well, and I believe that women they have a privilege of being stupid because they're not really designed to be leaders. That's another thing that I wanted to say as well. I don't believe, me personally, I don't believe that women are capable of being leaders in a relationship.
Oh.
That's another thing that
I think it should be equal.
No. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. Let me ask you.
Like, I think if, like,
let me
there's
ask you a quick
something
set
that's
question. Let me ask you
brought to the table,
Let me
you
ask you a
both
quick.
should talk
All
about
right, but let me ask you a quick set question. Okay.
Yo,
You can be honest. Be honest. Okay.
Go ahead.
You can be honest with me. Okay. Do you want a man that's taller than you?
Yeah, but this is.
Do you want a man who's stronger than you?
Yes.
Do you want a man who is able to teach you things? Who's more competent than you?
Wait, what
Yeah.
happened?
Do you not want a man who's able to teach you things or like? Take
Yeah,
away-
but I can also
Okay.
teach him
Okay.
things.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Okay.
like different
Do you want a man
areas
who
of
makes?
expertise.
Or
Yeah.
do you want a man who makes more money than you?
No. Yeah.
Do you want a man who's smarter
I
than you?
do.
I kind of like being the smartest.
Okay.
I don't
okay.
think
well,
that
let's.
matters.
Okay.
I don't
okay.
care if they're smarter or
Okay. Well, here's my
smarter.
point. Okay. Well, here's my point. Most of the stuff that you said yes to, most of the stuff that you just said yes to, none of that shit is equal.
I think a man should be head of
Okay,
household.
but that was like
That's my point.
pay the bills.
Let me-
what is it
all right.
called?
And look, one thing about a 50-50 house, one thing
that
about
was features.
yeah. No. I'm just saying
I'm
though.
talking about like whenever you're bringing things to the table, like
Yeah,
but
but
like when you get married, you want a man that's going to be the head of the household who says what goes and what doesn't. Like pay the bills. You want a man to be able to pay the bills, but you should also know if anything were to happen, if there was a divorce or anything like that, you would know how to pay your own bills.
no, I'm gonna be honest now, 50-50. That's
Okay,
how I
well-
think. Sorry.
yeah, everyone's different. But
Yeah.
but for most women, they don't want to be 50-50. They want to.
want to be taken care of.
All right. There's a thing called
Not
hyp-
me.
All right.
I've
but there's a
just got
thing.
a very like.
All right, and that's okay. All right,
Yeah.
all right, that's okay. All right, but most of the time, most women they want to be able to depend on their man. Okay, they want to be able to.
Oh, absolutely.
I wouldn't.
But I should be able
let me
to
finish. Yeah.
depend
of
on
course.
myself
Yeah,
by
of course,
myself.
of course.
Okay.
Of course, but you also want to be able to have a man to
Yes.
depend on,
Yes.
on stuff that you know that
to
you.
depend
Yes.
on your man until you want to be able to depend
But you
on your man,
also
but
have
depend
to
on
be
yourself.
you have to be able to stand
independent.
alone. Yeah.
Because if anything were to happen, like especially nowadays, you don't see marriages up to 50 years.
Well, I'm getting it.
Okay, but whose fault is that though?
Our generations,
No. Here's why I was asking: who usually leaves most of the time?
the fathers.
No, the women usually leave
No.
most. They're the ones who initiate divorce more.
No.
All right. Well, 50% of
If
marriages,
you look-
50% of marriages end in divorce. 8% are initiated by women. 90% if they're college educated. Okay. All right. Which brings me to my next question.
Wait.
But you do see a lot of men leaving nowadays.
Yes. 1000%. They do leave.
My own dad left me, so trust me.
Trust me.
I know.
Trust me. We know. But okay. Here's a question. Okay.
Go ahead.
All right. Why? Okay.
Why? Oh God, I'm still wondering why he fucking.
Wait, why
left.
what?
Why do there could be reasons why men leave.
Well, my dad's just a piece of shit, and he's illegal as fuck. So.
Well, they're out there,
There's pieces of shit out there, but there's still fathers out there who try to be there for their children.
Okay, but
But
that's
they're
a different.
but like I said earlier, women they have more rights than men. We don't really have rights when it comes to our children.
You mean
Right.
custody?
Yeah, we don't really have custody
Oh,
rights when
yeah,
it comes to
I
our
saw
children.
that
It's the
with-
mother. They have all the rights most of the time. It's very, very, very rare for a man to get custody.
Yeah, that's true. I can agree with that actually, because one of my family friends went through trying to fight for his daughter for the longest time. But I mean, I don't know.
Yeah. Well, custody in America at least. 'Cause, that's the only place I've been at. The laws are completely in the woman's favor. So it's come to a point now where
mom is good though. I think it should go. Well, no.
well,
it
but
should be
even
good.
if they're good or bad, usually it goes to the mother simply because
Absolutely, yeah, it does.
this crazy thing that we call child support. Every time the father pays child support, not only the mother's getting money, but the government is getting some of that as well. So obviously they're going to be on the woman's side more because they simply make more money.
Yeah.
So it's pretty much incentivized for mothers to leave relationships, and especially in our black community, because one thing that took us down completely was called welfare.
I believe in the black community. I believe that single mother households they are one of the biggest detriments to society. This is not even just a black thing. Okay, this is a human life thing. Okay, I always say that the nuclear family is one of the biggest ways that a child can succeed in the world by having both parents in the household. Because one thing that I always say, fathers keep little girls off stripper poles and boys out of prison. Okay, and all right, we see it every day. We see these dudes who don't have fathers. All right, but how they usually act? They're usually more emotional. They're usually more sensitive. They're usually more reactive. All those emotions. Those are the guys that you hate. All right. Vice versa. We hate those kind of guys too.
Speak for yourself. Sage says she's attracted to the ones that are broken.
Shut up! Hey,
Fuck, I forgot about that. Okay, but that's okay.
I knew
ones.
I knew what you meant. You're willing to struggle with a guy.
Yeah,
I
I'm
get
willing
it.
to struggle.
We get it.
No,
Because
the fact
if you
that you
don't
guys
struggle,
are like,
you can't build something. Like you got to struggle together to build something good.
Yeah.
You're not gonna
See, that sounds great on paper. See, that sounds great on paper. All right, obviously you're an exception, but most of the time, women they don't want to build. Most of the time, they want to move in. All right, they want a man who's already got
No.
his. They
gotta
want a man
build
who's either A. They want a man who's either A, got it already, or B, is on that. Who's on that trajectory?
Yeah, which is
Who's on
sad
that
because
path.
if you look back to our grandparents, like my grandparents are coming up on 50 years
Well,
of marriage,
well-
and they struggled together. My papa was an alcoholic, and my grandma stayed with that and built with that, and they came to the Lord together. Like you see, it's so different back in our grandparents and all of that.
That sounds great on paper, like what your grandparents would do. All right, or we could talk about what should and what could, but we have to talk about what is right now. And what is most women nowadays, most women that we know, they don't want to help a man build. All right, they just want to move in. All right, they want to wait at the finish line. They don't want to run the race with the man. They
Which
just
is
want,
sad.
Yeah,
Like,
I mean, it's
I blame it on
I mean,
their parents and how they were raised.
yeah, it's sad, but that's the way it is. I mean, and me and him, we don't hate women for that because we understand how they move. So you can't hate people if you already know how they move. I mean, and one thing that I want to talk about as well before I got interrupted. All right, I was talking about the effects of men who didn't grow up without fathers. All right, but I want to talk about women who didn't grow up without fathers.
Yeah,
they usually whenever a woman doesn't have a father, she tends to struggle with this thing called self-worth. She tends to struggle with something, because she didn't grow up with that father to show her that unconditional love. Because he's the only man, or besides like a grandfather or brother, that can show his little girl that unconditional love. Because every man after that, he will be seeking something from you, whether that's sex, whether that's marriage, whether that's something. He will be seeking something from you regardless. Okay, I can tell my girlfriend right now, like, I'm seeking marriage from her. I'm seeking something from her. Okay, and right, so. yeah, he's the Well, yeah, of course, but of course. But what I'm trying to say is, like, your father, he's like the only man who can love his little girl. He wants nothing in return but for her to be at her very best. And whenever a little girl has that, it means the world to her to know that man exists. And another thing that I've learned, that it's a respect issue, because whenever a woman has that in her life, she tends to look for that in the next man. So part of the reason why a lot of women who did grow up without fathers, the reason why that they don't really have high standards is because they didn't grow up with these standards.
Yeah. And I
still
agree with
think
that because, well, Hope, me and Hope have totally different ways of life. Like, she grew up without a dad, but she has the most self-worth for herself. Like, I wish I could think the way of Hope. Yeah. Like, I grew up without a dad, and, you know, I always search for validation of men to a certain point of my life where I realized... Yeah. Well, honestly, until I became friends with Hope, when Hope made me realize, like, you're enough just for yourself. Like, if a guy can't realize that, then... But... Yeah, 1,000%. And one thing that I also wanted to say is about the self-worth thing. Like, some people, like, they realize that, like, whenever they're younger, but some people, they learn it whenever it's too late, like, the hard way.
Me. That was me. I have a dad. He's very active in my life. He's the best, you know, like, I love him. He loves me unconditionally. But I still learned the lesson the hard way. I went through a very bad relationship where I had no self-respect, no self-worth, and I had to learn that. And I'm still learning that to this day.
I still think that girls who just have, like, single moms, though, I still think you should be able to know your self-worth even if you just have a single mom. Like, I'm just going to be honest. I don't think you need a dad. I don't.
Well, on the bright side, everybody, we all have a father. You know, his name is Jesus Christ, everybody. Yeah. Press the button. If you ain't got nothing, you got somebody.
That's right.
Yes, but yes.
Well, I think
but I will argue this though. You do need that. Well, like me, like this is my opinion. Like, you do need that man to understand, like, your self-love, because like I said earlier,
they have, like,
he's the only man. He's the only man who can love you unconditionally.
Well, I struggled with it only because my dad left at such a young age that I questioned why.
Yeah,
like, I questioned why he had left me.
And that's and a lot of women, and a lot of women who grow up like that, they get in a relationship and they fail because they don't love themselves. So how can they learn? So how can they love someone else?
Yeah, well,
that's crazy.
But see, I even though for the longest time I couldn't look in the mirror and tell myself I loved myself.
Oh yeah,
and my first ever relationship was terrible. Mm-hmm. Like, it failed so bad. Cheated on, abused it. I didn't really know how to get out of it. And you realize, and you started to, like, think to yourself, "Hey, I am worth more than this." After a couple. So exactly. So you had to learn it the hard. Exactly. So you had to learn it the hard way. I had to have a couple trials and lessons to know that, like, I know my worth. I know what I deserve. And now, if I don't see a guy reciprocating what I'm giving to them or giving me what I think they should or what I deserve, I'll cut it off. But that's only because I became friends with Hope. Hope has taught me a lot.
Yeah, I believe, sometimes, people learn things the easy way. So a lot of people learn things the hard way. You know, sometimes you got to put your hand on the stove and get burned a few times before you realize that, hey, I shouldn't put my hand on the stove. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, it hurt, but
So-
I feel like you need to go through lessons to learn in life.
It took me
Yeah,
7
that's
years to
definitely-
learn all these lessons from the same guy, and it was
Yeah. Well,
too long, I think. But
See, I have
I've
like an
learned so
older
much.
sister that tells me everything in the book that I already need to know. So every time I bring something to her, I always like I can never get into those situations because she'll be like, no,
well, that's very good on her part. You know.
yeah,
So I mean, you know, a mentor, whatever
Yeah,
that is.
absolutely.
But what was I gonna say? I was mentioning something about like
because she's already been through it.
try. Oh, okay. So you said this. I think it was either last episode or it was with Dylan. Shout out to Dylan, by the way. But it was talking about how trauma affects us differently. Now, for real. All right, shit. All right, bet.
I have a question right away too. You're good.
All right. So when it comes to that, to some degree, we all go through shit regardless.
Yeah.
It's just gonna happen, and we owe it to ourselves to get better, right? Now it becomes a problem where people are getting into these relationships, whether it's men or women, and they start taking it out on the person that didn't deserve it whatsoever. That's when it becomes a problem. And to me, you need to have it together. You need to have that thing dealt with before you try to give your love to someone else or to take it out on someone that doesn't deserve it. Because then they're fighting losing battle. They're eventually going to get sick of it, and then you're going to be right back to square one.
Yeah.
You can't have a successful relationship without communication, and if you're not able to communicate with your partner, you're never going to get anywhere.
Yeah,
Also,
You sound just like my girlfriend right now.
It's so true.
yeah, and
Amazing
to
girl.
me personally, I actually think that the number one cause of divorce is miscommunication,
yeah.
and it has nothing to do with. It may have stuff to do with maybe the guy just makes less money than the girl. Maybe the guy ain't, being the man that she thought he was and whatnot. But I think it's pretty much putting a certain persona out there of what you thought that guy was, and that wasn't the guy that you thought he was. So it's like a very big miscommunication thing. So you start putting things out on that guy that he didn't like sign up to do, Yeah.
And another thing where men do fuck up at, and I can say this because I'm a man. All right, here's one thing, and I've done this before. That's why I've gotten left. All right, here's one of the number one things that where men do fuck up, and here's one of the main reason why women do leave us. We stop being the man that the woman fell in love with.
Oh, yeah.
That's one thing. That's one of the main things that we do that where we fuck ourselves up, and that's one of the main reasons why women do leave.
For me, I don't adapt well to change. So as soon as there's a change in someone's personality or a change in the way they were treating me, that's where I start to feel different about that person. Because I mean, you can't just put on this act to get this girl and then just expect them to stay when you change and start acting different. Because I used to be like force myself to stay like, no, Sage, you can make it through it.
Yeah,
Like,
and we tell
we'll get through it. But it comes to a point now where I'm like, okay, now you're just playing games with me. You put on this act to get me, and then now you're going to change and treat me differently. It's not going to work like that. You're not going to.
Yeah, and we tell guys to be honest, but I'm not gonna lie. Most of the time, we can't be honest with women, okay? Because let me tell you, all right?
Because you don't get what you want when you tell the truth.
Yeah,
But-
yeah. That and
But I'm
and
going
a
to
lot
tell
of
you
women,
something. This generation needs to wake up and realize that you need to be able to take the truth, because that's why a lot of people ain't making it in this world today. You
Yeah.
don't know how to take the truth.
Yeah, yes, because we lied to them. Because a lot of people, they like comfortable lies more than the uncomfortable truth. Okay, and
suck it up, Buttercup.
And look. I think this: whenever we stop punishing the truth, that's when people will start being more honest. Because when you punish the truth, you're asking to be lied to. Okay, and I want to go back to what you were saying about the trauma. Okay, and I want to ask the ladies a question. Okay, all right, and I've been
Punishing the
wondering-
truth.
Yes.
How are we punishing the truth?
Just punishing the truth. That can mean different things.
I don't even.
All right, that can mean
A quick example before he goes to the next question. Maybe a guy could walk up to a bar or somewhere and be like, hey, I'm gonna be honest, I want to go home with you tonight. What's up?
and you say no.
You
That's
say
not
no.
punishing the truth.
I mean, but he was being honest.
He was being
no,
honest, but
that's-
I'm still going to tell you no because that's also the God honest truth.
Because that's not what we're looking for.
Yeah.
But we do appreciate
Yeah.
the
But
honesty.
you guys don't. Most
I
guys
mean, and
don't
honestly,
like to.
there are places to where, I mean, if you really wanted a nut, you could go get. Like what?
What sperm bank? What,
I
your
mean-
bed?
That's crazy, man.
You
I
think
just
you
don't-
think
Another girl is what I meant.
I just don't think
it's not going to
people
be
know how to
respected?
take the truth nowadays, and it's not necessarily punishing it. You guys just don't know how to take it and not get your feelings hurt.
Oh, I feel
I
like
can
if
take
you
that.
reject a guy,
Well,
you're
a lot of guys-
automatically they automatically assume you're a bitch. Like you say
Yeah,
no, and
absolutely.
even if you're
That's
like
so
honest
true.
and nice about it.
Well, those are just
right.
people who got their feelings hurt. But us, the right men, we know how to take no because we've been told no all of our life. Okay, we've been told no, you can't. You didn't make the sports team. No, you can't have this. No, you can't have that. Me and him, we've been told no all of our lives. Okay, so it's really, really easy for me to be told no about something because, like I'm used to it. Like, I mean, I'm not really used to being told yes. And when I am told yes, I'm like, holy shit, she just said yes, or they just said yes to this. Oh my gosh, this is one of the best days of my life.
You don't know how to act.
What?
You don't know how to act.
Okay, first of all, I do know how to act because I have that discipline. Okay, all right, I do have that.
Well, there was a time where you be like
Discipline.
Yeah, but there was a time like where I just wasn't used to it and I did not know how to act. You're right. But back to what I was going to say though, my question about the trauma. Okay, how come women think that the more that she's been through, the more attractive she becomes?
I don't think that at all.
I don't think that either.
I don't either.
I think that makes us, like, in our eyes, when we're criticizing ourselves, that makes us less attractive to ourselves.
Yeah.
We're like, no guy wants to deal with our baggage. No guy wants to deal with someone who has all of this stuff going on. They just want a girl who's got it all
Perfect.
together.
Yeah.
And that's definitely not me, at least personally. And so I feel I hide that when I don't tell anyone about any trauma I've been through because I don't want a guy to just be like, that's too much. Bye.
Yeah. Do you think that's why most guys think that a woman that they're interested in, that their past matters?
I think your past matters to a certain extent. I think it's very important to talk about your past so
Your
that
past
you
makes you
know,
who you are today.
So you, especially in relationships, I think you need to have we were talking about this earlier, I think you need to have that talk of like what went on in your past relationship so you know how to communicate and you know not to do a certain thing because it might rub off the wrong way. I think you need to have those conversations of the past, but I don't think that your past needs to be the number one thing. Like, a lot of people look at your past as a bad thing. Like, what you've been through, what you've done is a bad thing. But I think if you learn from your past and you're no longer that person and you really have grown as a person, I don't think your past needs to matter. If that makes sense.
A lot of girls don't learn though, right?
Yeah, a lot of girls don't learn from their past. And usually whenever they have a shitty past, they come out a worse person, in my opinion. Okay, they don't come out as that same soft, feminine woman. They start to display more masculine traits, and it's not going to help them, like, when it comes to, like, in a relationship, like they start to act more like the man that they want.
I don't know because
And this is really heavy with single mothers, especially single mothers of boys. All right, because they tend to become the men that they want while simultaneously
But as a
raising
mom,
boys.
as a single mom, you have to act like a man, like the father and the mother.
Yes,
because
I
that's
understand
what my
that.
mom has to do. She can be my best friend as a mom, but she also has to be the father and be like, no.
Okay,
Or
you're right, but as I was saying earlier, whenever a single mom is raising a boy, who's going to teach that boy how to be a man? Because the mother can't do that. She can't teach him how to be a man because she's not a man. So it's going to fuck up that man. So it's going to fuck up that kid. All right. As I was saying,
people who raise a son have made the best sons there possibly is.
Yeah.
Well,
Because-
statistically, that's not the case.
No, but here's why. A lot of dads, I don't know.
Statistically, that's not the case because here's why. 80% of men who are in jail right now came from single mother homes. So there's no way in hell that they have been doing the best job because most kids who are in jail. They came from a single mother home. They
But
didn't
I
have a
think
dad
with
in the house.
manners and how to treat a woman.
I'm not saying.
absolutely.
I'm not saying.
Like-
Well, actually, here's another thing I was going to say before you interrupted me twice. Single mothers, they become the man that they want, while simultaneously, single mothers, they raise boys. Single mothers, they raise men that they complain about. Okay, they become the men that they want while simultaneously raising a man who they will never give a chance. All right, and I see this shit literally every fucking day. Okay, all right, I see these girls who are our age actually. They have boys. They're trying to teach them to become nice men, while their own reality proves that they didn't even want that nice man themselves, because they out here fucking these assholes and allowing them to get them pregnant. And it's like, it gets
Do you
to a
have the
point.
percentage on that though? Because like,
What? Okay. You know, I got a question. Okay, and I'm saying that
said
yes, I'm 1,000% saying that it is her fault. Because let me explain to you why. Okay, if we were married, right, and I invited a bunch of friends over, all right, and they started getting popcorn on the floor, and they had dirt on their shoes, and they kept fucking my floor up. Whenever they left, who would you blame for all that mess? Me or them?
I wouldn't get that bothered by it. I'd just
No. I'm just saying. If there was like a shitload of mess, who would you blame for it? Me or them?
Who's them again? I didn't hear you.
The friends.
them.
You sure?
I mean, as
Or
a
is it
woman,
me?
As a woman, though, I would just start cleaning because it comes naturally.
That
to
is
me.
crazy.
Okay, but who would you be more irritated
He
with?
said it comes naturally.
Okay, well here's the reality. You would be more mad at me because here's why. All right, because it's my place. Okay, and women, they can literally choose. All right, look. Women, they literally have the responsibility of having these kids with men who they know who are not good men, let alone fathers. Okay, they have the number one responsibility when it comes to the existence of a human life, which is determining if it gets born or not. Women have that option. Unilaterally, a man does not get a say in it. So,
Well, maybe not anymore. There's talk about taking that away. So
but guess what? But in half the country, you still could get an abortion in different parts of the country, or in 25 different states. So women, they still have that unilateral right to determine who gets born or not. All right, so you guys have this power, okay? So I'm over here telling women to use it correctly. All right, if women are so damn smart, how come that they're the only people who get conned and lie, and they're the only ones who be like, he told me to do this, or he tricked me into doing this? But guess what? If a man gets screwed, guess what? Guess what you guys are going to say? It's your fucking fault. You should have seen it coming. Okay. All right, you guys. All right,
That's crazy.
And let me tell you something. Another thing about women. Women, you guys are not stupid. Okay. You guys know exactly who the good men are, okay? You just don't give them a fucking chance, okay?
no, yeah,
'Cause
we're just attracted to the douchebags. At least
exactly.
personally,
All right, because let me tell you.
Not
All
me.
right, because let me tell you a fun fact about women.
She's attracted to the broken ones.
Let me tell you-
Shut the fuck
all right,
up.
let me tell you a fun fact about women, okay? Women, they are fucking the same men, okay? All right, and what I mean by that is
Not all.
women. Most hope, okay? Most. All right, we're speaking for the majority, okay? All right, most women are fucking the same men, okay? All right, y'all. Some of y'all know that these dudes ain't
I've
shit.
seen it in the bar.
Some of y'all know that these dudes ain't shit, but guess what? You're in competition with that other ain't shit bitch to get that ain't shit motherfucker's dick. Okay, all right.
Yeah, because
All right,
that's
all right. And look,
No.
and here's a prime example. Okay, Future. Okay, everybody knows Future is not a good man, but guess what? There still be bitches who be trying to jump up on Future. All right, but instead we have a guy like Russell Wilson who takes care of his business. Okay, so can't nobody tell me how great women are. Okay, they can't tell me how they fucking do a good job for society when their mate selection is ass.
No.
Like I said in the earlier
But
parts of the episode.
personally, I ain't gonna compete with another bitch for
Same
a man.
here.
You can't attribute everything that I'm saying
You
towards
can have-
yourself because that's an exception.
yeah.
Yeah.
I know what you're saying. You're saying the majority.
I know, but
I just bring everything back to myself, and I'm
I
like,
feel
whoa,
like
whoa.
I feel like I fit into the majority because I'm just attracted to the ones who treat me like
Yeah, we
See-
already know
And
that.
why?
See, here's what y'all two
yeah,
are doing.
We do know that.
See, here's what
know
you two
that
are.
one.
See,
I'm literally gonna look at this.
and here's what you two are doing. You guys are responding with your feelings. You're not really responding with
No.
understanding.
No, I actually am.
And that's okay. And that's okay because I can't blame y'all for that because that's how usually most women operate. They operate with their emotions. It's the number one thing that they're most loyal to.
I was just My fault.
I mean, I'm just keeping it real.
Shit, I was just saying.
So like, I think you mentioned something about competition, one of y'all, right?
Yeah. I'm
So-
not going to compete with
Yeah.
another bitch for a man.
Well, I understand. Like, I want to compete with another man for a girl. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? But
Hold on. Okay, because we compete all the time. Life is a competition, whether we like it or
Justin,
not.
pass the mic back.
No, listen.
Give
I'm not
me the
going
mic.
to. I'm not going to do that because I'm going to keep it real. Life is a competition, okay? And and the people who don't realize that, those are the motherfuckers who are losing, okay? Those aren't the motherfuckers who are getting all the girls. All right. When it comes to that game, it is a competition, whether we like it or not. Just like how it's a competition for women to get the best man possible. It's a competition for guys to get the most women possible.
But in the bar, I'm sorry.
I'm not even talking about just the bar, but it's a competition. Look,
Okay, but
it's a
that's
competition
what
in life.
You have to realize that's all I go back to because that's what I'm surrounded with 24 hours.
Okay, well, we need
Kidding.
to.
Oh no,
Okay.
she's about to say 24/7. What?
I'm saying when it comes to like a more long term kind of relationship.
Yeah, but
Because I mean, for the bar, it's kind of like, hey, like what are we doing for the night? You know what I mean?
which is disgusting.
Which
But
is, which is sad. But I mean, that's just the way it is. But like we mentioned stuff about like
Yeah.
competition, right? And one thing, like maybe y'all could explain this to me, but I always hear girls say like, I do this or I wear a certain thing for myself, right? Is that true?
Oh,
Is that
Yes,
part of the
I
deal?
wear this because it makes myself feel amazing. I don't care if another guy thinks I look amazing. I feel amazing.
But you guys are also talking to the 3 girls that turned down the most men in that bar.
Like I said, you're talking to exceptions. You can't talk to exceptions like this. Most women, they dress for other men. All right, I'm just keeping it real. In that venue, in that scenario, they're dressing for other men. They're dressing for that validation. They may not want sex, okay? They might just want the validation. They might just
No,
want.
but I get what you're saying because there's a certain person in the bar who tells everyone she dresses to get laid.
Wait, which one?
Oh, you know.
Who the hell?
We are not naming names.
No. But I
Off
know.
camera, we'll do it off camera. But like,
But it's
But-
true
but-
to a
but
sense.
yeah. But, like, the difference
there
was,
are
like-
women that are like, "Oh, I'm gonna wear this, so I get this tonight," or you know.
Yeah,
But
and,
like,
like-
when I
That's
get
crazy.
dressed, like I'm like, "Ooh, I look good. Okay,
I look
let's go."
fine
And then
as
I'm gonna
fuck.
turn
That's
down
what I
about
say
10
when I look at
people in the
myself in the
bar.
mirror.
I also like I just want y'all to know that the difference between men and women is that like when a girl goes out, she's wearing it for herself, as they say. But for a guy, when he goes out, he said, "Man, I'm trying to look good for these girls." You know, he's being honest. Like he's trying to look good.
Well,
It's
some girls
because
say
we're
that.
not delusional.
I mean, if I got a man, yeah, and we're going out, I'm gonna look good for my man. But
Like on a date, yeah. I
but
look
for
good
like
for
any
him.
random person when I'm going out,
I'm
I
gonna
really
look
don't
good
care.
for them and for me.
Helps, like I'm a
I hope
gift
so,
to all
I
of
hope
you.
Because
Yeah,
the only
like, we all
time
wanna
I
look good for
ever get
ourselves.
dressed up,
We don't,
Like,
no one
and
likes.
everybody else.
No, I hope you don't feel good about yourself when you're just like homeless. You know.
Yeah, like,
oh yeah, I do. I'm gonna walk out that house feeling confident in my.
I can walk out in a
sweatpants.
trash bag.
And my hair up.
Now I got a question though. If you was dressing for yourself, why wouldn't you just stay at home with that on?
No, because
We love to line dance. We're going out.
Okay,
We're
but
doing
even
the
if
That's why I
I-
said I.
You know,
I
I
would
forget.
go-
You know, I forget to
Dress for
line
the people.
dancing. See it
Like,
no,
whenever I put something on,
You know,
I'm like, okay.
excluding a line dancing scenario. I'm talking about every other scenario.
Yeah.
That's not fair that you said that, but that's okay.
oh, I would wear this at home if I wasn't doing anything. I truly would.
Okay,
I wouldn't.
What?
I'm saying me. I wouldn't.
okay. It's okay to be
Yeah.
honest. It's like it's okay
I
to be.
like, but I like to get ready and like,
Yeah,
Oh, yeah, I like to
it's
do my
kind of
makeup sometimes.
therapeutic.
TikTok or two,
yeah.
like y'all girls do.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
like, if I was home, yeah, I'd wear-
GRWM. Get ready with me, guys.
Oh,
We do that though.
In the words of my friend Claire Slay. Okay. All right. You know what? I want to. I want to backtrack a little bit on Hope saying 50-50.
Oh,
What did you mean by that?
sorry.
Do you want to like what do you
No,
mean by
I just
50-50?
think-
Like,
okay,
do you
so-
like want to lead sometimes or what?
No. Well, okay. Well, if there's something that's brought to the table, you should equally both talk about it. I think everything should be 50-50.
I think she like is like more on like the teamwork kind of scale.
Yeah.
She,
Yes, I don't think a guy should.
A guy
But
should
teamwork's
not
not
make all the calls. No.
Respectfully, though, teamwork isn't 50-50 because guess what? Because guess what's on the team? A captain. That's not 50-50 at all.
Okay, well, I don't think a guy should like make all the calls. No. If I'm bringing in money too, then we'll conclude together.
Well, this wasn't even just about.
Yeah,
well,
I
this
agree with
well,
that.
this wasn't even about money.
Oh, well, then what are you talking about?
Well, I'm just
No, I'm
saying.
talking about like everything. Yeah, everything in general.
Okay,
think
well,
it should-
I believe a family should be like this.
Like if you're planning on a place to live, you should both decide where.
Well, yeah, that's a decision that both opinions are
Okay,
required.
then what do you mean
Obviously,
50-50?
I'm not an idiot, but I believe that a family hierarchy should be like this: the man, the woman, and then the children. Okay, okay. Obviously, the woman's opinion it matters, but at the same time, the man he has to be the leader for that relationship to work out.
Yeah, but I don't know.
Let's keep it real.
Because
Let's keep it real. Whenever a woman leads the relationship, she's going to lead the relationship, right? She's going to lead it straight to the end.
I do think I agree with both, though. I think you should both come together and make decisions. But I also think the man is here to provide, and like I said before, like a man is here to provide for you. And
Yeah, but you got to have your backup plan.
yeah,
But I don't think he should be the only one.
Well, man,
paying
we
every
rarely
single
leave.
bill.
no, but I also look up to my grandparents and how they do it. So for me, growing up, it's like they share a bank account. Money comes in from both sides.
Yeah.
And both of your money goes towards bills or goes towards all this stuff that you want to get together. It's not just one person does it all. I'm not saying that, but my papa pays every single bill that they have. So that's what I look up to. They share a bank account. That's what I look up to. When I'm older, I'm going to share a bank account with my husband.
Yeah, that's.
No questions asked, because that's how it's supposed to be.
I agree.
In my opinion, like I had this talk with my papa a few days ago, and we were talking about relationships. Cause I mean, he started watching the pod and stuff like that, and I always appreciate his advice on certain things because he came from a totally different time than we all did.
Yeah.
So what he always tells me is to just simply keep it simple. Now he has land in Georgia, somewhere in the country where it's a small ass town. He has his own place over there. It's amazing. So the quietness, I'm still getting used to it because I'm like a kid. I'm used to hearing noise everywhere and all that stuff. But one thing he will always say is that like, if we don't become better than like our men or our women did, then we're simply moving backwards in that sense. We're not growing as a society. And that's what's happening now is that like people are scared to now talk on the phone where they rather text and all that stuff. I mean, it's crazy now.
That's
and
true.
My Meemaw told me as if she mentioned that like femininity, or not femininity, looks get you in the well, looks get you in the door. Yes. Your attitude and your personality get you down the aisle.
Yeah.
So that's what I always tell girls. So I mean, this whole thing is very simple, and we made it a lot more complicated than it has to be. Just to be honest with y'all, and I think a woman should be feminine by default, but a man should earn a woman's submissiveness. So,
Yeah, I agree.
pretty much.
Why do women think it's easy for men to get laid?
Because
Well, it shouldn't be,
women-
but some women just give it out for the free.
Yeah. It shouldn't be like that, but women like to spread their legs.
For the free. No, like, yeah.
Okay,
Why are you looking like-
because that is absolute bullshit. Yeah, it's very difficult for men to get laid out here. All right, because think about what a man. All right,
No,
ask yourselves this. Ask
So
yourselves
it
this.
takes two to tango,
No. Hear
they're
me out.
both getting laid.
I know, but who's more so the gatekeeper towards sex?
Women.
Women.
Exactly. Would you guys say that if you went out tonight and you wanted sex, you could get it?
Yeah.
Yes.
Absolutely.
Do you believe a guy could get if he wanted it just like that?
No.
Or would he have to work for it more?
You would have to work for it.
Well, I feel like wherever you go, there's always going to be a couple.
Yeah, but
women
still,
who
if you think about
know
it,
that
like-
you could, if you want.
I go in that bar and I turn down so many men.
Yeah, that's kind of my point exactly, though. Because, man, we willingly give it away. Because all you got to do is just have, titties and ass and,
also,
be
I
able to
think
get...
it's-
I mean, shit, you don't even have to have that.
Yeah, and that's why... Well, here's why Here's why it's
Y'all be doing anything.
Well, here's why it's somewhat respected for men who get a lot of sex compared to women. Because, like you said, like we would have to work for it more so than y'all. All right, it's like a job, right? All right, it's like if Hope walked in with her bachelor's to get her pay, and I walked in to get that same position with my GED, and I got the same pay as her, she wouldn't respect me as much because I wouldn't put in the work for it that she did. Yeah. So it's literally the same thing. That's why that it's a whole lot more respected towards society whenever a guy has a lot of sex. Now I'm not promoting promiscuity now. I'm not promoting that shit now.
Because I almost thought you were.
But I'm just telling you. I'm just telling you how it is and what's real. Okay, all right. And women, they know this deep down. Because what's one of the first things that you call a woman who you do not like? You call her a hoe.
Whore.
My point exactly. All right, so you guys even know that. So you guys even know that a woman who has a high ass body count is not as desired as the woman with the smaller body count for a long term relationship. She is what me and him like to call mattress material. Okay,
I love that term.
There's marriage material. All right, there's
marriage material, mattress material. I love that.
That is insane.
All right. There's the recreational use category, and there's the
You play basketball.
All right, we're dragging this.
Okay, but you know, my bad.
Just kind of got a little carried away with it. But listen, so your final thoughts on it to close this whole thing off. What is one thing you wish men understood better about women?
Oh God,
I can't talk for all of
Sage
women.
is gonna go crazy with this one.
I can't go for all the women.
All right, then. Well,
what I would want men to understand about me.
No.
all right. Well, then.
is that I'm more than
then,
just a piece of ass? I mean, come on. Some of these,
Not every
all
girl
guys,
is-
not all guys treat
Not
us.
all
I'm not
girls.
talking about you guys, but a lot of them just look at our ass and they're like, "Oh, I wonder what she looks like naked," and that's really the majority. A lot of these guys, that's what they're thinking.
well,
About.
I'm matured. I'm thinking about what she looks like in the kitchen. You get what I'm saying?
I wish a lot more men would realize that there are girls out there
You feel me?
that want to struggle for and build something and want to get married in the long run. There is some girls like that. I mean, you're not going to find it in a bar setting at all.
I've got like 2.
But
I wish some guys would like stop being poons and like go up to girls. And they would like go up to y'all have never heard that?
No,
poons.
no.
You have to explain it to me off camera.
Yeah, you have to explain.
Oh my gosh, that's just
Crazy.
something my family says. Anyways, that's crazy.
No, yeah,
like,
because
and they'll
at
go
Knoxville-
up to females that I guess are really attractive.
Yeah, because
a lot of guys
Knoxville-
don't.
In Knoxville, we were trying to get
And it's so
people to
annoying.
come up
It's
and
like,
dance
dude.
with us,
Because there's a whole
and,
lot of
like,
risk.
Yeah, but it's annoying.
And back to what you were saying about struggle, I think that's one thing that we need to stop doing is glorifying struggle. Because what's one of the main things that a man wants? It's peace. He doesn't want to struggle. No one wants to struggle. Like no one should have to struggle. Like you should
But
be
you're
glorifying
gonna
the struggle because you know deep down it's bad and it shouldn't be happening.
Yeah, but you're gonna have your highs and lows no matter
Yeah,
what.
Of course,
guys,
of course.
They're just dip the second
And-
something gets hard.
Yeah.
Of course,
That's
but
what-
we shouldn't be
I'm
glorifying.
not glorifying
I think
it.
what he meant is that we need to stop glorifying like mediocrity in a sense, because everybody struggles. Like it's going to
Yeah,
happen.
no, that's what I'm saying.
we
but,
can at
like-
least see the light at the end.
But
of
what
the
I'm
tunnel.
saying is, I wish men would stick around for not just the highs but the lows as well.
Like you're gonna have arguments. You're not gonna get along 100% of the time. And I feel like a lot of the guys now they're just like, oh, we had an argument, bye. Not
Well, I think
Like,
both.
it's over.
I think that's both people. Like
oh
both
no,
genders.
yeah,
problems.
no, girls do that too, absolutely.
Oh yeah.
women. But all right, guys.
No.
we can
Well,
carry.
I personally
Stop
I
being a
stuck with
poon.
my ex for 7 years.
nanny.
I stuck with my ex for 7 years.
You guys keep attributing everything towards yourself.
You're right.
Holy
Okay,
shit!
we're sorry. We're the best of the best.
Okay, I don't think I've done that though.
You have.
No, I have not.
You You might have a couple of times. Whenever I was talking about your self-worth, yes, you did. And that's okay. All right?
We're just
I did
showing
on
you
that
our
one,
experience.
absolutely.
And that's all we have
Anyways,
for you,
ladies,
and gentlemen.
you're amazing.
Right. Thank you guys for tuning in.
Men,
on
stop
this-
being.
Thank you for tuning in on this episode of Burchalations. Next week,
Confidence.
it should be a fun week. You know what? Comment any questions that you have for me, and comment any questions that you want me to ask on this podcast, and I'll let you take it away.
And just remember to fuck bitches, get money. Am I right? Which camera is it? Hey, that's right.
Hey, praise God, man. Press the button, man.